So he was the actual relative. Big Bill.
That was him.
He was our relative.
He was our grandmother's brother.
Okay.
He was a great big man, about 6 foot in those days.
Big
man,
Bill.
and he was built like a tank. And he was a great hurler for Tipperary. And he won numerous All-Ireland medals going back to Tipperary in the 1860s or 70s, around that time. A long, long time ago. Yeah. But anyway, he used to come to Dublin now. At this stage now, he was a great, big, strong man. But he had, you know, he was in his 70s or 80s, you know. And he had a walking stick and all that, but all he wanted to see, he didn't drink, that I knew of anyway, but he'd come and he'd stay with us in Milltown, in Ramley Park, okay?
Yeah.
And there was only one bed in the room that he could fit into.
Who's this?
Big
Bill Gleeson.
And I had to sleep with him.
Everyone's broccoli.
Yeah, I slept at one end of the bed, he slept, great big man, he must have been about, what, 18 stone weight. Gosh. Great big, you know, but very simple man. And we'd get in, you know, he'd come, he'd sleep in the bed with me, and then we'd go, he'd come up on a Saturday and sleep with me, and then we'd go to Croke Park at the All-Ireland final, which started, you know, at about 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
Because there was a minor match first, and then was the main match. And we'd get on the bus in Donnybrook, and we'd be first in the gate at 12 o'clock, and into Croke Park.
And what year was this now?
No, I think. Well, I must have been about 9 or 10, okay. So
you were that young. You were 10 years old.
Yeah, going there with him, and you know, and I was mad into the hurling as well. You know, I'd know a bit about it, and
like
you know,
Stephen.
Yeah.
Right, it's a tough piece of meat poorly cooked. Sorry it took so long. There you go.
Ah, yeah, no problem.
Good man. Everything comes to those who wait. No, oh, yeah.
What was that?
Everything comes to those who wait. Dad's telling us great stories here, Rob.
But anyway, he was a big gentleman. He just had the big hands of him and all that. And he had a walking stick. But anyway, we'd go to Croke Park and we'd get up at the back of the stand. He had his special place selected where he could look at the match.
He knew where he wanted to be.
Yeah, look at the match.
And this is Gran Croke's brother.
Brother, yeah.
Gran Croke's brother.
And we'd sit there and we'd watch the match, and not sit there. He stood there, and I climbed over things. And, yeah.
Sorry, do you want rare or more?
Oh yeah, Dad liked that. That's a couple of those, yeah.
That's grand.
There you go. You can help yourself. This is Gran Croke's
brother Gleeson. Big Bill Gleeson.
Big Gleeson.
Okay.
That's great.
Wow.
Thank you.
And there's a sharper knife if you need that one.
Well, we have to wait and see that now. No, Angela.
Thank you. And so
we go, and that was the whole day gone. No. Go to Croke Park, spend the whole day in Croke Park, and then he'd insist on wait, let them all go home. But I used to play around, and then he'd buy me a bottle of Coke or something. I'd wander around and come back. I'd find him and I'd go off again.
And you're sitting there in the stadium.
Yeah.
Letting the crowds
let the crowd go by. And we get the number 10 bus then back to Donnybrook.
And this is when you lived in Balls Bridge still then?
No, we lived in Ramley Park.
Oh, but so you'd walk up from Donnybrook?
We'd walk up from there, yeah. And to him, that was a great day out.
Yeah.
He loved that. The big man. He didn't drink it, as far as I know, anyway, but...
Well...
Oh, here's a big fork, Victoria.
Our connection with Tipperary, how did we end up in
looks delicious.
Oh, it's no, not let the prime rib.
You're always doing that wine now, you're getting
Getting very what?
Yeah, it's rationed now.
And so tell us this, Dad.
You're going to hold it? Oh, you have to.
So, Bill Gleeson lived in Tipperary too.
Oh, he was the man that brought us down in Tipperary, yeah.
Except when you got there, he didn't have room in the house, so he sent you to Nanny Mars.
No, at that stage, I think he was dead.
Oh,
I think he was dead, yeah. I think he died.
So when you were 9 or 10, he used to come up, but then he passed on.
That's right, he passed on.
Oh. And so you were 12 when you were standing at the crossroads in the dust.
Yeah, probably were, yeah. But I always remember the bus going off, the red bus. Christ, as I, where are we?
These are shite knives.
Here.
The fancy looking shite knives.
That's actually Anthony's grandmother's.
Yeah. So, that's not.
They're not a
They're
steak
butter
knife.
knives. They're
Yeah,
butter knives.
exactly. They're butter knives.
They're
yeah.
not a steak knife.
No,
They're
it's
dinner
steak
knife. Yeah.
Well, if the steak was good meat, you wouldn't. They'd be.
Well, you need a steak knife for really. Were they your mom's or your mom? Did your mom get these off your grandma? Was that saying Angela?
These were grandmas.
Yeah, these were grandma's.
Oh, it was been a
Yeah.
terrible pour.
Grandma Ruth. And then Grandma Ruth gave us ones too, though.
Victoria,
We got
could you
both.
pass me the salt,
Sure.
milk, please? There? Thank you very much.
This is great, Robin. Thanks.
Lovely dinner, Robin. Thank you very much for cooking.
I think
Gorgeous.
that's
Very good.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's tough.
No, I think it's good though.
Yeah, well, thank you very much, Robin.
No, it's just it's a tough, leathery piece of meat.
Yeah.
You hold yourself.
Poor old cow had a rough death. They
Yeah.
say, you know, when they.
Oh, I'd agree with you about it, like always. I just think it's. I think it's tough. The prime rib you had the other night, that was a good piece of meat.
Mm-hmm.
It was $100 though.
Yeah, I was going to say if it
$100.
wasn't.
Yeah.